Get cool stuff for what you were going to do anyway. Drink beer. With Buy Beer, Get Gear from Labatt, you can just snap a photo of your receipt and upload it to the website to rack up points for exclusive merch. Get points for every purchase, whether you're grabbing a pint on draft, a case for a party, or a tall boy at the stadium. Any size, any product, anywhere you buy Labatt. Buy beer, get gear. Sign up now at rewards.labattusa.com.
It's about 3 o'clock Eastern time here on Newhouse Afternoon, ESPN Radio Syracuse 97.7. QSportsTalk.com. Josh Rajnov joined alongside Izzy C. Izzy in a bit of a mood today.
No, I'm not. Not in the mood at all.
It's gloomy outside.
It is gloomy outside.
Izzy usually talks to me a lot more than what we do pregame.
Well,
it's gonna be one of those shows.
I just like trolling Josh and getting reactions out of him because he falls for my rage bait every time.
It's just not true. It's not true.
But we have a lot to get into today. It is very true. So we have a lot to get into today.
I guess the sense just fell for it there.
What fell for what?
All right. Men's basketball.
Anyways,
the transfer portal's been active. Jerry McNamara making a lot of moves. We've kind of been breaking it down the past 3 weeks ever since his hire. And, going out to get some, lesser known names, I would say, this week. So we got kind of like the bigger guys last year, or last week.
Lesser known names, damn.
Gavin Doty obviously kind of like headlining that, had a great year with Siena. Tasman Goodrick had a good year as well. Retaining Kyan Anthony and Sadiq White. So you kind of saw that starting to form last week. And then this week, seeing some of these names come in, Izzy just feels kind of meh so far.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I like the upside of Aiden Tobiason. He was at Temple last year. Pretty good player. Averaged 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. The big thing with him was he took a leap. Like his freshman year, barely saw the floor, only 20 minutes a game, averaged 5 points. But then he really took a leap this year with a bigger offensive role. I know it's not. The AAC is still competitive basketball. I know that it's not.
Only 2 guys, on the team right now that played powerful.
The only 2 guys that played power forward basketball, which we'll get into, in a little bit here, but. Tobiason, at least, he showed progression from his freshman year to his sophomore year. And I know the AAC is not a power forward conference, but there's still good basketball in that conference. You have FAUs, you have, Temple is usually a little shaky. So you have some good teams in that conference.
I liked the Garway Dual pickup.
And Garway Dual, very, very good defender.
I think, Syracuse in a sense has struggled with perimeter defense in the past. It's a guy who averaged about, a steal and a half per game last year. So you can count on that. He was a Southland Conference first team all defensive team.
He's very good on the ball, very aggressive on defense, which is what Syracuse needs. And honestly, throughout this week, the one thing that I've been noticing with how Jerry's been building his team out is he's getting more positional size. I feel a lot of
that we talked about last week as well,
I believe correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that everybody in the roster right now is at least 6'5", which I think is very, very good for Syracuse now.
Considering a team that has struggled getting rebounds.
Which I know, and I know fans are still waiting on that huge front court addition because right now it's really just Goodrick and Sadiq White. But Ryan Blackwell did
CB
say,
guy from the international portal.
But he's going to be a bit of a project. I don't think he's going to start right away, maybe in a year or 2. But Ryan Blackwell did say that the bigs are coming, so we just have to be patient. We just have to see what ends up happening in that front court. But in terms of overall positional size, your backcourt is looking lanky right now with Duwall, with Anthony, Doty, if you want to slide him over to the 2, and then your forwards as well.
I think just the thing that I'm concerned with is you didn't want this to become Siena at Syracuse. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily...
We only have 2 players from
I'm
Siena.
aware, but what's the level of play that's,
McNeese is a good program. They've been in the tournament. We're not getting big time players from power forward.
What was McNeese's record outside? Because you make the tournament based on if you win, in McNeese's case, the Southland Conference. But McNeese I remember last year they were kind of like just had a hot streak into the tournament.
Well, they won their first round game.
Yeah, I'm aware. So, but you're playing against lesser opponents throughout the entire year.
Right, but it's
just
still
how much can we really test it? We can look at the stats, always say, all these, different guys, and I'm a little it's going to be a slow start is what I'm kind of anticipating.
I don't know. I think.
I mean, how many projects can you have on a team?
I don't think there's that many projects on the team. I think the only project is really CB. I really think that's the only project that you really have. I think everybody else has shown that they can play college basketball at a high level. I mean, we already talked about Doty ad nauseum at this point, but Tobiasen was really good in the AAC. As I outlined, Kyan and Sadiq. Hopefully, these are prized recruits, and they had a year of Power 4 basketball under their belt, so hopefully we'll see that development as we talked about last week. But Dual as well. Yeah, I know it's the Southland Conference, but at the end of the day, if he was on the team
it's
last year,
it's still competitive basketball.
Yeah, if he was on the team last year, probably would have been the team's best perimeter defender. For being very honest,
that's probably fair.
Yeah, just look at any metric, the guy is just a menace on that end.
That's
of the
probably
floor.
fair.
So I don't think there's that many projects. Yes, okay, not a lot of Power 4 experience. I get that and I understand that.
Which in a conference like the ACC, which I know the ACC has kind of taken a dip down, but the ACC was pretty good this past year.
Yeah, it was a pretty good year for the ACC overall, but it just feels like they kind of alternate every single year. So maybe we'll see what it's like.
Who knows?
We'll see what it's like next year.
And it's always wide open.
It's projecting to be very strong. I mean, Miami's done an amazing job in the portal. Mm-hmm. They brought back Shelton Henderson. They brought in Lewis from Villanova. They brought in Somtos.
We kind of mentioned it last week. I'm curious how this UNC Michael Malone experiment is.
Yeah, no, and they've been trying to be very active in the portal, so we'll see how many commits they end up getting.
Did you see the graphic that they posted of the Malone guys that he's coached before, and they're like Malone bred, and it's like LeBron, Steph, KD, all these, UNC posted that and said, these are the guys.
Are they trying to convince us, or are they trying to convince themselves? I honestly don't know. But, I guess shout out Carolina for finding their head coach. But, back to the Orange for a second. I know fans have wanted, that big name, I guess, from the portal. Which I understand.
You're not always going to get.
But you're not always going to get the big name in the portal.
I think the big thing that I'm looking at is you have 16 points per game who's leaving, who just went into the portal. Donnie.
Yeah.
And where are you getting that?
But it felt like Donnie.
I agree.
That was. I don't think he was ever going to come back. And
I agree.
Looks like he's going to go to Kentucky as well. He's not visiting UConn anymore today. Apparently, I saw on Twitter. So it looks like it's going to be Kentucky for Donnie Freeman, but we'll see what ends up happening there.
Where are you getting those 16 points a game and another 10 rebounds?
Yeah, but you also still have time. Next week will mark the 2-week mark in the portal. So you still have a little bit of time, and then you will see what the roster looks like in the next 2 weeks here by May 1st. But I just feel like the one thing that I'm really, really encouraged by is just the overall positional size. I think that's something. I think that's something.
I'm being a little pessimistic.
I think that's something that Syracuse has been lacking over the last couple of years, and just positional size, and also guys that just play hard. The one thing that you see from Dual and Tobiasen, they're 40 minutes, they're just going at it every single night. And that's something that, honestly, it sounds so simple, but you and I have talked about it at length on this show. Syracuse didn't have that many guys that really did that
Syracuse
last year.
For the past whoever knows
how
not
many
even
years.
just
this past season, the year before, and the year before that.
So it's been a while. Have not been good rebounding teams. So
not even just rebounding, just playing
big,
hard.
Yeah, just playing big and physical and whatever. Yeah. So Syracuse definitely needs that. I don't know if I get it. You can say that numbers wise based on size, height, and weight and whatnot, but Power 4 is different breed basketball.
It is.
It is different breed basketball, especially
I think these guys can adjust
McNeese,
to that game.
A guy like Tobiasen coming from
and it's not like we're bringing in. We're not. It's not like
Dual coming from Southland. It's different whenever you're doing in one game in an NCAA tournament where it's all right, I'm gonna give it my all, versus an entire season. Versus top tier.
I understand that, but you see it throughout college basketball. You see these guys that come from mid majors, they go up to a P4 level. The learning curve is not that big.
I get that, but you also see it the other way too. It's just,
I get that.
It's a risk,
but
I feel like we both have the different mindsets.
Yeah, but I'm saying here, it's different if you're bringing in a freshman who's coming off a freshman season at a mid major, and then now he's making that transition. These guys, Tobiasen's going to be a junior. Dual well, I believe
senior,
is going to be a senior as well. And then obviously we talked about Kyan Sadiq, and Doty's going to be a junior. I have to check his
Which again,
eligibility.
Doty,
but
he's battle tested.
That's bad on my part. I should
Doty's going to be a senior.
Okay,
he's battle tested in a sense where, he obviously put up 21 points against Duke, so that's you can say in that sense it's like, okay, like one game sample and winner go home type deal. Is that something he's going to be able to replicate against the ACC week in day out? Like, I don't know, but like Doty in a sense is a little bit more proven. Goodrick in a sense is a little bit more proven.
Yeah.
But like,
and another thing as well,
struggled shooting the ball. Like, I know he's a great defender. What offense are you getting from him?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to use him in that sense?
He has a lot of potential as a slasher. So, and he showed that at McNeese. So we'll see what he looks like in that role. But also another thing that I feel like we're overlooking as well. This is a pretty experienced coaching staff as well. I know Jerry, this is only going to be his third year coaching, but Jamal Brunt's been in college basketball for a little while. Ryan Daly was amazing at VCU. He's apparently going to be a rising star in college basketball, probably going to get a head coaching job in 3-4 years, maybe less time. So I feel like the coaching staff as well is going to do a good job of developing these players, developing this program.
And maybe this
honestly,
could be like
I think
blueprint in a sense of like what college basketball should be, or how to use the transfer portal in the right way. But I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening with Syracuse men's basketball, but the roster is taking shape. Going to be a lot of new faces in Orange next year.
Yeah,
so we'll see what ends up happening.
It's a lot of new faces, and I think there will be a lot that we'll see, I think, in the first few weeks. I'm curious how one thing I'm also curious about is how the rest of the non-conference is going to shape up.
Yeah,
obviously playing Indiana in Indianapolis is going to be a tough task, but Indiana the past few years very similar to Syracuse, historical basketball school.
IU hasn't been great.
Has not been good.
Yeah.
So I think it also kind of depends on the non-conference too, whatever Jerry kind of schedules. So I guess we'll have to see with that.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening.
Well, there will be a lot of exciting things going into next year.
Lots of things to be excited about. I'm really liking how the roster is taking shape. So we'll see what ends up happening. But stay with us on ESPN 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon. We're talking men's lacrosse. So obviously we've talked about them a lot on this show, how good they've been this season. So stick with us on 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon.
Ooh, look, every car.
Here we go.
I had a good tease. I wanted to tease.
What was the tease?
Syracuse men's lacrosse has a chance to make a little bit of history tomorrow. We'll talk about that on the other side of this break.
Okay.
But, you stole my tease, so whatever.
Well, you didn't say that you had a tease.
I was trying to tell you, like...
You were telling me to rap.
No, I was telling you to get it back to me.
You were going like this. This means rap, bro.
No, I was going like this. I wasn't going like this.
No.
Izzy, are we beefing right now?
No, we are not. This is also true, yeah. Exactly.
I'm hosting this block now because he stole my block. What's your idea for the...
Well, you hosted last block.
Yeah, but you stole my... Whoever's hosting is supposed to tease out.
Who cares? Like, I care. It's not that big of a deal. I can just mention it when I bring it back.
Josh had a little thing that he wanted to share that Syracuse men's lacrosse could make history tomorrow.
Shut up.
Bro, looking forward to it. The fact that there's no outlet here just... Oh,
there's an outlet back there.
Wait,
Wait, what was your idea, by the way? You mentioned that you had an idea for a block.
Well, I don't know if you can block on it, but we should mention women's basketball. Literally the entire team's in the portal, so.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that? You want to combine Mille Lacs and Willax here and then do that in C block?
Yeah, low-key, I think we should, yeah. We could, like, if you
I don't know if I could talk an entire block about that.
We can make this block a little longer.
Yeah, all right.
And, yeah, because I feel like we need to talk about that. Because the team, like, right now is, I think they only have one commit in the portal. Oh, this is definitely not going to reach. It's fine, though. At least,
All right, so... Playing...
I'll do it before C block.
Colgate tomorrow.
quadruple overtime for women's lacrosse.
Yeah, well, they played last night and lost.
Yeah.
Playing number five, Mille Lacs.
Syracuse
Playing
men's
tomorrow.
lacrosse.
Spolina, 2 points away from breaking
My record or it's yeah.
Powell's
No,
record,
no, not my record. Okay.
all-time point record.
Against Colgate. 2 games left in the regular season, damn. I feel like this season gone by mad fast.
Yeah, tell me about it. You don't have to work every game. Colgate is.
You mean just like sit at desk and like pretend to do stuff that you or?
Hey, I write meaningful tweets. Like the haircut.
I do.
What?
I'm just thinking of Adam.
No,
Cohn.
stop.
I'm thinking of
Okay.
Adam Cohn for freshman year. No, it's good. It's good. I'm kidding. Oh my God, Josh. Holy, like, dude.
Trauma, dude.
It looks good, bro.
Thanks, man.
You have trauma from that, really?
No, not only from that, just like the amount of bad haircuts that I've had in my life.
Well, it's really just been the high fade you used to get. That was a little ridiculous, but no, this looks good. With the beard and everything, it looks good.
Thanks. I like the beard's really lined up today too.
Yeah, I put you on, bro. You were like thinking of
Dude,
cutting it.
no, you did not.
Yeah, I did. I literally did. You were like,
Ah, man.
I'm gonna cut the beard. I don't know how I feel about it.
Josh, just shape it up and then it'll look good. How
I
about
think
that?
we should come on. I think we should come on this block with this conversation.
And then you're like, oh, you know what? You're right. And then what you do?
That's not true.
What did you do
That
2
is
weeks
just not
later?
true.
Oh, are you serious? You're actually lying right now? No, I'm not even.
That's
rage
not
baiting.
true. I
I'm
knew
not
I
rage
knew I
baiting.
wanted to keep it. I was like,
No, that's enough out of you. Okay, I'm bringing us in. I think, right? Okay, I have to.
TVoffers.com.
Welcome back to ESPN 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon. Just about 3:16 here in Syracuse. But before we get into men's lacrosse, this hour of Newhouse Afternoon is powered by Drivers Village Cicero. Go to dvoffers.com for more information. We mentioned it last block. Syracuse men's lacrosse in action again tomorrow. And you had a little fun fact that you wanted to share. So
Syracuse has a chance, not Syracuse, but a Syracuse player has a chance to create some pretty big history tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock game against Colgate. Joey Spolina, obviously one of the best players to put on an orange uniform, is 2 points shy of breaking Michael Powell's record of all-time points leader of 307.
Yeah.
So he's 2 points shy of 308 to break the record.
yeah.
And just kind of encapsulates kind of everything that, you know, he was drafted 3rd overall in the PLO draft on Tuesday. And
Michael Leo also drafted.
Michael Leo
as well.
drafted the same team.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's just, he's probably going to get it. You know, it's pretty safe to assume that he's going to score 2 points or get 2 points, especially considering that Colgate is a bottom 15 defense in the country.
Mm-hmm.
They allow over 12 and a half goals a game.
Yeah.
And Colgate and Syracuse have gone back and forth. They play, you know, often, obviously, only an hour apart from each other. And it's great because tomorrow is going to be senior day in the Dome. You know, Syracuse, we kind of talked about it, in a sense, has played every single game. It's been like the biggest game of the year for SU.
Yeah.
Coming off the big 14-9
I feel like
win over
we've been saying that
Virginia.
for 10 weeks. Yeah.
So tomorrow is going to be a nice, I think, celebration type of day, in a sense where Syracuse should, you obviously don't want to play down to an opponent,
take care of business,
but
yeah.
should take care of Colgate.
Yeah.
You know,
And this is a team that's
a good Colgate team, by the way, who has won 4 straight and won the
Right.
Patriot League last year.
And
But
the Orange are
theoretically-
undefeated at home as well, so that's another thing. to keep in
Theoretically,
mind.
should be a team that the
Yeah.
Orange take care of, and should be a day of celebration, considering that Joey Spolina will probably get it within the first, half of
and
this
we
game,
mentioned
let alone the first quarter.
Yeah, and we mentioned at the beginning of the season that this was something that we anticipated to happen, because of how great Spolina has been throughout his career. But I bet if you ask him, I don't think he cares about the record.
He doesn't, and in his media ops today,
he cares more about winning the national championship, and that's something we talked about with this team a lot this year. And
our colleague Drew Albaugh,
shout out Drew Albaugh,
who has been on these, who I think has the Wednesday show this year. I'm not sure. But who
He's on the
definitely-
airwaves.
He's on these
He's on the
airwaves.
airwaves.
Went to the media availability yesterday, asked Joey, hey, I know you don't want to talk about it, but how do you feel considering you're 2 points shy? And how do you feel about your chances of breaking the record? Going into Saturday's game, he said, I don't care about it. My answer is still the same. I just want to win, and I want to win a national championship, which is the right answer.
It's the right answer.
It's the right answer.
And I think it's the answer we all want to, out
For
of
sure.
him at the end of the day,
But-
because that's the goal with this team.
It's pretty cool considering that, we get to witness this in firsthand, just the greatness. And I wonder if there's going to be like any sort of like
Sense
special.
a little emotion from you.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I wonder.
Josh. Whoa.
I wonder if it's going to be. I wonder how much like. Maybe we'll take a pause in the game, or if there's anything special do you think is going to happen, or do you think it'll just be, they'll put it up on the video board and call it a day?
I mean, I feel like for a moment like this, I feel like game stoppage wouldn't be ridiculous.
I mean, Mike
but I
Powell is considered one of the-
think it depends on the flow of the game. And
Is this like
what's
a LeBron
happening.
moment where whenever?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's enough out of you. Okay. All right. Okay. No, but in all seriousness, I think that just depends on game flow and everything like that. And also probably knowing Joey, he might have say. I don't know. Maybe they're just probably going to put it on the video board and just keep playing. I don't know. But as you mentioned, this is a Colgate team. Yes, they've won 4 straight, but this is also one of the worst defenses in the nation. The Orange have been a top offense all year, so this is a matchup that they should take advantage of. 2 games left in the regular season. You have ACC championships in 3 weeks, and I feel like that's when the season really
1000%.
starts for the Orange, because
This is where we talked about it all the time. And Joey Spallina actually said it yesterday in his media ops, which I found kind of funny. I think it was Ashley Winskowski who was talking to him, interviewed him, and he was like, "Yeah, the Syracuse lacrosse is really comparable to the Yankees." In a sense where
you made that comparison.
I made that comparison for a different reason. Joey Spallina was like, everyone hates the Yankees. We're Syracuse is a top tier lacrosse program, won the most, all these different things. So everyone wants to hate on the Yankees because of that. I think Syracuse is comparable as a lacrosse program to the Yankees in a sense because of all those things. And because of the fact. The last time Syracuse won a national title for lacrosse, 2009. Last year the Yankees won a World Series. Historically the most, 27 rings, 11 national championships for Syracuse. Very comparable. And Syracuse always has the big talent, and if there is any sort of comparison between Yankees star and Syracuse lacrosse star, you have Aaron Judge, one of the best players in the big leagues, who sometimes can struggle.
Glad you said one of
the best players in the major leagues.
Good.
Who can struggle in the big moments. We've seen him struggle in the playoffs year in, year out. And you got Joey Spallina, one of the best players. He struggled in the World Baseball Classic as well. Yes, as he wants to make clear, kinda, as he says.
Yeah, he did. That was not great.
And then you got Joey Spallina, who's gonna go down probably as the best Syracuse player in men's lacrosse history.
Statistically and just based off pure
Can he get
ability as
over
well.
the Aaron Judge hump? And can this 2022 recruiting class get over the hump? Because we talked about it. This was the #1 recruiting class. This is like the year. And as you get forward, you got, a couple of tune-up games. You get Colgate. You have to take care of business, and I think pretty
Against Notre Dame the
convincingly.
week after as well,
And then you
on the
get,
road.
a very tough Notre Dame game to close out the year. And then you go into ACC tournament. This has to be, for Syracuse, has to be you have to build momentum now.
Yeah.
You can't be asking questions now. I think Jimmy McCool answered a lot of questions in the Virginia game.
I think
who had
he did as well.
an absolutely phenomenal game.
He did.
Can he keep it consistent down the stretch?
Yeah.
I think the offense bounced back in a big way.
Yes.
The ball was moving a lot better. It seemed like they weren't making the same mistakes that they were against UNC, against EVA. Can you keep that up against Colgate? Can you keep that up, more importantly, I think, against Notre Dame, and then obviously going into the ACC championship? So those are the questions that I think Syracuse men's lacrosse has to answer roster and prove to a lot of people going forward.
Yeah, they do, and we talked about it as well. I think this team just they hear the noise, they know the noise that surrounds them. I just think now it's just about doing it. You have the talent, you have everything that you need to do, and then now this is when the season really starts, because we around here we don't care if you have a banger regular season.
Exactly. Last year,
you don't care about that. You care about national championships, getting over the hump. So now there's really no excuse, in my opinion.
And last year was kind of a similar story in a sense where.
Yeah.
Not similar story. Syracuse tries to avoid a similar story because Syracuse got cold at honestly the wrong time, just to then get hot at the right time and make a Final Four run.
Yeah.
So there's that. But Syracuse, towards the end of the regular season, was struggling last year.
Yeah.
And you're going into ACC tournament, and you're going into, you're hosting a playoff game, a quarterfinal game, and you were down 6 goals in the second half and had to stage an incredible comeback just to move on. Mm-hmm. So it's just the lapses, that kind of the consistent issues that we've seen for Syracuse, those can't persist. And hopefully that with the experience of the senior class, like, they get it and they know.
Oh, yeah, because they've been there now.
They've been there now, and now it's about finishing. And this is a very talented year.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's really good. We saw Syracuse performed against UNC.
Yeah. UVA was coming in on a hot streak, as we talked about.
The Ivies.
Yeah.
UVA was coming on a hot streak, correct.
Yes.
So this, I think college lacrosse, in a sense, is wide open right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. You got Notre Dame number 1, Princeton number 2, a team that Syracuse, lost to.
Shout out Princeton, New Jersey.
You got, Harvard.
Yeah.
A team that Syracuse.
Yeah,
lost
no,
to.
it's a wide open field.
It's a wide open
field,
right
and I feel like that bodes well for.
good.
Yeah. I think that bodes well for Syracuse because they've beaten a lot of these teams that are in the national title conversation. Outside of that Ivy binge that where they lost, they dropped 2 games. But so we'll see how they end up finishing the season. But on the other side of things, women's lacrosse
finished its season yesterday.
Yeah, finished the season yesterday.
Season.
Had their winning streak snapped after a thrilling quadruple overtime last week, which was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, and then it's just the interesting thing of, like, even after Kayla Trainor's gone, you still can't beat Boston College. Like, is the ghost of Kayla Trainor still there in a sense?
Probably.
Like,
probably.
What, it's like this weird curse that's going on right now.
No, yeah. It's well documented, the struggles with.
So Syracuse has lost, for those who know, 9 straight Syracuse women's lacrosse has dropped to BC.
Yeah.
And BC
it's like the Joel Embiid quote, which we can't say on air. It's not really a rivalry.
It's not really
just
a rivalry.
and you guys can assume what
they win every single
time.
That's what we'll say.
Yes. Got to keep it PG.
But Syracuse coming in yesterday, number 3, Boston College number 16.
Yeah.
And
4 goals.
4 goals. You fall flat. You only had 2 shots on goal in the first half.
4 goals. Like,
wow.
4 goals. No,
it's
but
the lowest of the year.
And it kind of you kind of saw the struggles as well against Notre Dame in the quadruple overtime,
especially in the overtime.
You went up. They went up 9-6.
I don't know if you were watching. The overtime
We were watching the overtime.
Yeah.
We were at the studio. We were like, and then people were like, "Oh, what's better than 2 overtimes? 3. What's better than 3 overtimes? 4." So the reason why that game went to quadruple overtimes because you have a lot of people at AC. I'm not going to name names that were rooting for 3 or 4 overtimes, and we almost got a 5th. We were very, very close to getting
at the buzzer or the 4th.
At the buzzer. So no, but you saw the struggles kind of seep in from the Notre Dame game to the Boston College game because they were up 9-6 against the Fighting Irish. They came back, tied it up. Then you go to 4 overtimes. You don't score for almost 20 minutes, and you kind of just have those vibes continue when you get to Boston College. Like 4 goals. I'm sorry. Like I know they only gave up 7, and we've talked about this team's defense all season long. It's stellar. It's one of the best in the country, but you got to score goals. Like you have
more
to.
More than you have to score goals, you have to put shots on net.
Yeah, you have to put pressure. Yeah, put pressure on the.
You have to put shots on net, and Syracuse didn't do that. Yes, two shots on goal in the first half is just atrocious.
Yeah, it really, really is. And now they get UVA in the ACC championships, and they beat UVA 6-5 earlier in March, about a month ago.
Close game.
But I mean, I expect another one. another 5-4, 6-5.
I just think game. And whenever you watch Syracuse women's lacrosse, in a sense, it can get a little frustrating, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Just because of how it just feels like there is like a lack of aggression.
Yeah.
It feels like there is a lack of aggression.
I think they're leaning on. I think they're trying to lean on their defense a little too much.
Too much, and then all of a sudden you get on the offensive end, and like you're just passing the ball around.
Yeah.
Not some people are trying to make runs.
Yeah,
but
you
then
saw it
there's,
in the
like,
Notre Dame game.
miscommunication. You saw it against BC, and like the number of turnovers for Syracuse, and Syracuse actually had more possessions. Like it's Syracuse has been like that in the stat sheet this entire year. Syracuse has looked like, based on these stats, like Syracuse shouldn't have lost this game.
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of the team statistics, Syracuse actually first off, which is the odd part, Syracuse actually outshot at least on goal BC 10-9. So be that as you will.
Yeah.
But
it didn't feel like it. But.
BC had more turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse picked up more ground balls, 5 more ground balls. BC did win the draw control battle. So, but those ground balls and Syracuse also went 0 for 3 on free position shots. Like that can't happen. You have to be able to connect on those because if you hit those, it's a tie game. It's different. There's a lot of opportunities where it feels like if you look at some of these stats based on the entire year, ground balls, clears, draw control Syracuse has been good at, turnovers, turnover margin. Syracuse is winning those. So they should be, in a sense, winning those games.
No, they should be.
And that's the frustrating part. But you have a chance to get back,
This the postseason now. All that's out the window. So we just got to see what shakes out
just
for Syracuse.
Just a tough way,
women's lacrosse. Yeah, just
after starting
tough way to end the
0-3,
year.
you go 12-1 at the end of the year.
Yeah, 12-1 to end the year, which is just like
can't complain.
You can't complain because I don't think we saw that coming at the start of the season.
No, we did not, and especially did not see that. Considering having to start against 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is the same issues that were prevailing in those first 3 games are now an issue that we saw against BC.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
How much can you trust Syracuse going forward? And big test for Reggie going into his first ACC tournament.
They got a few days to figure it out, so we'll see what ends up happening. But stick with us on ESPN 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon, talking women's basketball. Going to be a lot of change as well for that program come next season. Stick with us on ESPN 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon. Okay.
That's a good block. All right, can you write in the stuff for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can just do longer for the last block.
So who's in the portal right now, and who have we gained? I know Burrows is in the portal.
Burrows is in the portal. Jasmine Cooper's in the portal. Maddie Potts is in the portal. We got Sarah Rambis from Oregon.
Cool.
That is the only commit we have right now.
She good?
Huh?
Is she any good?
Sarah Rambis, I think she was okay. Let me check her numbers again. Yeah, she was alright. I mean, she's a good big. Her and Azoje kind of could be like a twin power thing maybe next year.
Maybe.
She didn't play a lot. Like she only played 14 minutes a game, but 6 points, 2 boards, 54% shooting, not bad. Pretty solid at the rim.
I'm gonna start putting in topics for Spin the Wheel.
Okay.
Do we want to do a start, bench, cut?
Yeah, I still have to think of one, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to put the Masters in there.
Rory McIlroy. I don't know why you're not happy. Why?
I really don't like him. I think he's so pretentious.
Yeah.
I really wanted Scotty to win too.
No, I think, Scotty had in and out at 17, so I kind of took him.
Scotty just wasn't helping himself the entire time.
Well, yeah, I mean, and for his first 2 rounds were great.
His second round sucked. And then his on Sunday he had a fine round, but like he left so much on the table. Yeah.
Well, 17 though. That was it.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't just 17. Like, yeah, obviously 17, but like he parred all the par 5s other than 15. Yeah. And 15 should not he should have parred that too because he put himself in so much trouble. Yeah. And then I think there was he missed some easy putts. He was just like he wasn't hitting his irons well enough, so he had to be very elusive around the greens. He was playing par golf, which is good, but for Scotty Scheffler, it's not good enough.
Yeah, and not good enough given that he was 12 shots back.
Yeah.
Cam kind of just fell apart though.
Yeah, same thing with Justin Rose. I was hoping for someone like. I was just hoping for someone other than Rory, dude.
Rory didn't golf amazing last year.
No, he didn't. Like, he didn't have a great last 2 days. He just had one big good day and he won. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's how some majors shake out sometimes. Just get off to a big lead and then now you're just playing the field. Wait, what time do I have to come back now?
Yeah.
Watch live on QSportsTalk.com.
Just past 3:35 here on ESPN Radio Syracuse 97.7. Newhouse afternoon on QSportsTalk.com. Izzy C joined alongside Josh Rajnov. And talking a little bit women's basketball, a team that is seeing a lot of change right now.
A lot.
A lot of change.
And a lot of change again.
The transfer portal, it hits different teams. Sometimes it hits teams hard. Sometimes it works in the benefit. It is very much, right now, so far, still early in the transfer portal window.
Yeah.
But right now, hitting women's basketball very, very hard.
It is.
Potts in the portal, Sophie Burrows in the portal.
Yeah, Jasmine Cooper,
others.
Shai Hawkins, Camden Nelson, Justice Fitzgerald.
So you got Izzo.
Yeah. Well, we got Uche, and when we broke that news, we were like, oh, maybe it's a sign of things to come. It was actually that.
I wonder
after that, the mass exodus.
We don't know the conversations happening in any of the rooms, whether that's between, Coach Jack and her players, Coach Jack and the NIL fund, Coach Jack and the fund. We don't know what those conversations are like. Do you think that's a sense where they threw an open check at Izzo J and said, hey, please stay, you're our future, and we'll build around you? And it's like, okay, Sophie Burrows, Madeline Potts, all these players who made Sky Hawkins made really good, impacts this past year. Kind of feel left out to dry in a sense, maybe not getting the right package that they deserve, or you think that has something to do with it? Because at this point, no one knows.
Yeah, no.
Like, the NIL era is so weird that no one knows.
Yeah, no one knows, but I think the thing with this team is I didn't expect this many departures. I really didn't. I don't know the reason for them. Maybe, players wanted a fresh start. Maybe Sophie wanted a fresh start for her senior year somewhere with a bigger role. Maddie Potts, she kind of hadn't really had a big role in her time at Syracuse, so maybe she wants to go somewhere where she can actually play a lot. So I don't blame her for that. Same thing with Shai Hawkins as well, even though she had some spot starts this year, obviously an inconsistent role. So maybe these players just wanted a chance to go to another school to get bigger opportunity, have a bigger on-ball role maybe, or be a starter somewhere. So you can't really blame them for transferring.
The Sophie Burrows one is really interesting in a sense because obviously, not this past year, but the year before, had an incredible year.
Yeah.
Her and Georgia Woolley were kind of the 1-2 tandem.
Yeah,
for the
they were.
Basketball team following the departure of D.A. Shaffer.
They were.
And then this past year, it just felt like we were always expecting, when is Sophie Burrows going to take that next step? When is she going to, unlock herself and all these different... Do you think it was maybe just the way that she was on the rotation, didn't have an on-ball role as much or stuff like that? Like, maybe her and Ethel.
Well, she had to play a little differently than in years past because Layla Philly and Dominique Darius were dominating the ball a lot.
Jack, didn't necessarily get along the best after that.
I don't think it's that.
You don't think it's that?
I don't think it's that. I mean,
it's just seeking better opportunities.
Honestly, I think that's what most of these departures are. I mean, because Coach Jack, I feel like from what I've seen is a player's coach. She builds because she was a player here, so she knows what it's like.
So is Adrian Autry.
Yeah. Well, that's different. It doesn't work out all the time for former players when it comes to coaching, but I feel like for Coach Jack, it has.
It does.
And you can really tell that she loves every single one of her players. But I just think for at least most of these departures, I think they just wanted a bigger role somewhere else. I just think that's what it is. Especially with women's basketball growing and expanding, you want the players want to have the chance to, okay, I know I'm good enough. I want to show that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you said, maybe that the fact that they're building around Uzoje, maybe it's going to change the construct of the team a little bit. Maybe it's going to change how they, approach the portal as well. Because right now the only portal addition we have is Sarah Rambis, who played at Oregon last year. Limited minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds a game, 54% from the field. So we'll see, how that shakes out for her. See a depth piece next to Uzoje or behind Uzoje. So we'll see how that ends up happening. But the one priority that we knew was going to be at the top of their list was the backcourt because you lost Philia. She's now in the WNBA. Darius is out of eligibility. So in terms of who's going to fill your point guard, your shooting guard role next year, because that's why this team had a lot of success this year, was because of Philia and because of Darius. So
at the end of the day,
you have to find those two hidden gems, if you will, in the portal, which I believe Coach Jack can do.
Which at the end of the day, you kind of knew those were your off-season priorities.
Yeah,
we're retaining Uzoje.
Yeah,
which check you did. That was the first thing that Syracuse did, making sure that Uche was coming back.
And it was the right thing to do.
Of course it was.
ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm not questioning that at all.
Yeah.
Because of course it was. But then now it's like, all right, these are two key players, and now in a sense 3 key players, because Syracuse, it was never just Uzoje. It was, as you mentioned, Dominique Darius, Layla Philia, and Sophie Burrows. All year were the 4 players who were leading the pack in terms of scoring. All had double-digit scoring totals. So that's about 30 points per game that you have to find,
which is tough. But in terms of portal activity and things of that nature, it also took Syracuse a little bit to get going last year. So I wouldn't worry about it
right now.
The portal is fresh. I think that's the one thing people need to understand. Not just the men's side, the women's side as well. It's fresh. You're not going to get commits on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, because these players that enter the portal, they take visits to the schools. They visit with the program. Is this the right fit for me?
It's the recruiting process.
Exactly. So you players want to do
which is just the inherent flaws.
Exactly. But you
transfer portal.
Which is, we don't have enough time to talk about that. But in terms of just, you want to see what the best fit is for you when you enter the portal, because ideally you want that to be the last time you transfer. I know.
Do you? Hold on. That brings up. And I know not necessarily.
Well, if you're staying,
if we're getting into this, is that the goal?
If you're staying
or is it
in
like,
Power
I'm going to test this out for a year?
No, if you're staying in Power 4, that's the goal.
No. Objectively, no, because you've seen other. I want to stay in Power 4 schools.
I'm talking about the women's game. Men's game is different.
I think it's shown in the women's game too.
With who? When they transfer, you ideally want to stay somewhere where, okay, this program can get me to the WNBA, or the only reason you would transfer, I guess, multiple times as well, the coach that recruited you leaves or gets fired. We see that happen literally all the time now.
That's fair.
We're seeing it with Carolina. They fired Hubert Davis. You have Dylan Mingo opening up his recruitment again as well. So, which is why
those types of transfers are fair, but in a sense where you have guys and you have players who are 4 teams in 4 years,
you have your handful of guys that do that, but you don't want to just keep doing that again.
But it feels like it's
an indictment on you as a player.
But it feels like it's becoming the norm.
Transferring 3-4 times,
at least on the men's side.
At least twice in the men's side, yeah. But I'm saying in the women's game, it's a little different.
I was shocked whenever Donnie Freeman announced he was staying last year.
Not really.
I mean.
Which we all thought.
And then on the women's side, maybe a little bit less, but this it's a year-to-year basis thing. And basketball's always kind of been like that in a sense.
Yeah.
on the men and women's side. On the men's side, especially because of the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
But these rosters are constantly having to be built year in and year out.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the transfer portal just causes so many issues, and right now Syracuse women's basketball just feeling kind of the havoc of it.
Yeah, they are, and I mean, we'll see what this team looks like. Again, we'll see what this team looks like in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Next week
we said it for the men's side. We're going to say it for the women's side as well. Give this team until at least May, second week of May.
And I trust Felicia will get jacked.
Because off-season programs start in June, so your team has to be set at some time in May.
Yeah.
So we'll see what ends up happening. They have a lot of time to figure that out. But stick with us on ESPN 97.7 Newhouse Afternoon. We have our last block, Spin the Wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Our favorite segment, so stick with us. Is my computer, like, cooked? Oh, no, it's not. Yeah.
All right. I have start bench cut, Masters reactions, Josh's haircut.
Oh, okay. We're talking about it? Okay. I have to think of a start bench cut for you.
Start bench cut.
I was really good with the Cowboys playoff losses.
We didn't even get to unpack it because we were so late. I didn't realize we were so late in the show. I just looked up at the clock. I was like, oh, we got to go.
Yeah, I know.
Running out of ideas for you.
Yeah, I was really proud of my Cowboys one.
Yeah. Oh, NBA playoffs start tomorrow. We can talk about that.
Yeah, shout out. Knicks chances, low-key. They're going to have a tough series.
I couldn't even tell you who plays for the Hawks anymore.
Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels. Yeah, your Lakers play tomorrow. Are you still a Lakers fan, or?
No, he's injured.
You're unbelievable. I hope you know that.
Dude, I hope you know. He's the reason I got into the NBA. I'm a Luka Doncic fan. I want the Lakers to win just so we can.
You got Cooper Flag, man. Like, be happy, bruh. Be grateful. Actually, I think I got it for you. Actually, now I've got some inspiration.
I don't really have anything for you.
Actually, no, I do. I have the first two. I'm thinking about the last one.
Trying to think on what I want to do for you and how to get away with what I want to do.
How you want to get away with it?
That sounded weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I have one thing, and it's Princeton, New Jersey right now, so I don't know what to...
Princeton, New Jersey, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a good topic for you right now.
What was your, like... When did you start becoming a Rangers fan?
Since birth.
Okay, cognitively?
09.
09?
Mm-hmm.
Any, like, heartbreaks or anything, or...
You're rage baiting me, right?
Like, one that sticks out, maybe?
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm being so serious.
Because there's a clear and obvious one. There's multiple clear and obvious ones.
But, like, which one?
The one that has destroyed me for my entire life that I'm still not over. Just look up two.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
Thank you. It's disappointing that.
But you were like 5.
And
though.
I'll show you photos of me throwing the.
Are you serious? Bro, there's no way you were that heartbroken at 5 years old.
I was, and I was also 7.
7. Oh, two. I guess you were 7 actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Still, that's unbelievable.
I'll show you a photo. It's actually really funny.
All right, so I have my 3 then.
I don't have a 3. You're just gonna do me, I guess.
Yeah, I have the 3. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Actually, I know who you're starting. I think. Actually, I don't know. Now that you told me that information, I don't know who you're starting. I know who you're.
I'll show it to you during the show. I have it queued up.
What the
photos?
The photos. You've found them that quick, huh?
I can scroll down by year now on my Photos app. So.
This is also true. But you probably just have them pinned. You probably looked at them after the World Series in 2023. Yeah, they start tomorrow as well.
Okay.
They start tomorrow. First round game. I have not tapped in with hockey. I'm not even gonna lie. All I know is that the Flyers made it, and that was like a big deal. Oh yeah, Hurricanes with the Senators. Really, Senators were good this year, huh?
I have one.
Oh yeah,
It's not very good.
Well, the Dallas Wings play tomorrow, so game 1.
You mean the Stars?
Dallas Wings. I don't know why I said Wings Stars. WNBA on the brain. Sorry.
Triple H.
AZ FUD. Paige Beckers. All right, bring us in.
Yeah. Wrapping up shop here on Newhouse Afternoon, just about 3:50 Eastern Time on QSportsTalk.com, ESPN Radio 97.7 Syracuse. Newhouse Afternoon. Josh Rajnov, Izzy C. We got Spin the Wheel to bring us home today on a very, gloomy Friday afternoon.
It's just cloudy.
Just cloudy, but I'm still
the rain sucked yesterday.
Still wearing shorts today, so can't complain.
Yeah, the temperature's fine.
Temperature's fine.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel. Let's get into it. So we have some fun topics.
Let's
we
see.
got
Can you
different sports. We got different sports topics here. So I got a haircut. That's what I want to start with here.
Yeah. And Josh is apparently very insecure about
I'm not
his
insecure.
haircuts.
No, I'm not insecure.
That's literally what you said.
I'm more. Yeah, that is true.
No, you see, I get the pushback, and I end up being right anyways. But I think Josh's haircut definitely
for those
really,
watching
really
on
good.
QSportsTalk.com.
Yeah. With the beard too, you look really grown.
So I've been trying to grow out the beard this semester. And I think it's been working.
Yeah, I think it works.
I think it suits me well, but sometimes whenever it gets too bushy,
but that's when you gotta, that's when you gotta shape it up.
I went to Westcott. Shout out Westcott Barber. Shout out Charles from Westcott Barber. On the very off chance that
are you trying to get them to sponsor us too, or we have Drivers Village Cicero already, bro. I don't think they're gonna be happy with that one. All right, next topic.
Let's spin the wheel again. We got start bench cuts.
Ooh.
So this is a tradition. Izzy and I
started in
doing.
Like the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
I'll go first because I think yours is going to be better.
Okay.
I kind of came up with mine 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Finished it writing.
Well, I also did. I can just think on the fly better than you can.
So mine for you, and these are good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I went negative for you. Mm-hmm. And these are good ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm staying negative with mine for you. So maybe next week I'll be positive.
I want you to rank these 3 random things.
Okay.
A Shine Dunkin' coffee after our show.
Okay.
A Chipotle chicken cheesesteak from Yella's, which I put Izzy onto that.
He did. I'm not gonna lie, he did.
Or Princeton, New Jersey.
Ooh. 2 food and 1 place. Okay.
Well, one's a drink?
Yeah, one's a drink.
Food?
Well, food drink related is what I meant. Okay, I'm starting Princeton, New Jersey. Shout out, hometown. Always love Princeton. I'm benching Dunkin' after the show. I don't know, because I think that's like usually it's hit or miss throughout the week with the coffee, but I don't know. Every time after the show, the coffee hits, and I will be there after that. And I'm gonna bench the Chipotle chicken cheesesteak, but that's a tough bench, right? That's a tough bench because it's really, really good, but you can't have it too often.
That's fair.
You can't have it too often.
Fair.
That's why I'm benching it.
There is a sense where you can have it too often.
Yes. Okay. Mine for you.
I know where we're going.
Worst moments as a sports fan. For Josh Radjanov. And as you guys should know, Josh is a avid Dallas sports fan. The Luka trade.
Mm-hmm. I knew that was coming.
The Micah trade. Or David Freese's home run in 2011.
I wasn't expecting the Micah trade to be on there. To be honest, I think you could have gone with. I'm gonna cut Micah trade.
Okay.
As sad as that was,
I wanted to give you an easy one.
As sad as that was, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This top 2 is really hard.
Yeah, that I didn't want to give you 3.
In a sense where, and I was telling Izzy about this. He's like, "How much could you have really been that upset
at 7
based on
years
a World
old?
Series loss at 7 years old? Let me show you."
Oh my!
For the people watching on, it's a picture of me just bawling my eyes out. And this was the destruction that I did to the living room. I was really upset. I'm gonna keep this one. Pillows were on the floor.
7 years old.
It was heartbreaking, man.
I mean, wow.
You're that close to a World Series. You're one strike away twice, and one guy ruins it. With that being said, the Rangers did win a World Series in 2023. That was the best, one of the best moments of my life as a sports fan.
Yeah. Are you over it, though? You're not.
I'm not over 2011. I'm still, every time I see that David Freese home run and Joe Buck's stupid "we will see you tomorrow night" call, I get really ticked off. But with that being said, we did win in 2023.
So just be grateful. At the end of the day, just be grateful. It's over.
I'm going to put that at
War
cut.
is over.
I'm going to put that at cut, and I'm starting as the worst moment in sports history.
Next topic.
Luka Doncic being traded. That was
the
worst.
No, but you just have to see Nico's vision at the end of the day.
All right, that's enough out of you.
Defense wins championships.
That's enough out of you. Speaking of defense wins championships, NBA playoffs starts tomorrow. The Mavs will not be featured.
Oh, really? Who's shocked?
Luka Doncic won't be featured, at least for a little bit, in the first round.
Yeah.
But the Lakers taking on the Rockets tomorrow. NBA playoffs kick off tomorrow. Knicks take on the Hawks at 6. Interesting, last topic. No home broadcast for the playoffs first round.
No home broadcast for the first round of the playoffs. A little disappointing.
Yeah,
I
always watch. I always watch the national broadcast, though, so it makes sense.
Yes, but also I think at least for the first round, because I get it when you get further, you're not having the local teams do it. You're just gonna have them on radio or something at that point.
Well,
but I think at least for the first part of the first round, give the local teams a couple extra games.
But it's not like that in any other sports league.
It's not. But like,
I think hockey actually does.
Well, for the NFL, it's a little different because like
MLB too.
It's like the structure is a little different. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. That will do it for
playoffs. Playoffs start tomorrow. Should be fun. That'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next week on Newhouse Afternoon. For Izzy C, I'm Josh Rajanoff.
Yeah, the end kind of snuck us.